Hey everyone, it's Evie here. Welcome back to Evie's Fourth World Episode 2. So if you like this episode, if you like and subscribe. So in today's episode, we're going to be talking about, since we did a poll on the channel, we're going to be talking about when it was like for me to come out as trans. And yeah, let's get straight into the video, shall we? So, so what was it like for me to come out as trans for the very first time, or when I was figuring out myself as me being trans and stuff like that? Well, it was different and unique. I always knew that something was up with me when I was younger because of the fact that when that I like to wear like dresses, skirts, makeup, and nail polish and stuff like that. Like I always knew something was up and stuff like that, right? Like I always knew that I wasn't really, the same and stuff like that. Like I always knew that when that I was different from the others and stuff like that. Like it's kind of awkward for me to actually understand, oh, and stuff like that. Like it was, you know, something that was, you know, different and stuff like that. You know, like throughout my, years doing YouTube, I was still figuring myself out. Like I was still figuring out what am I, and yeah, like what was it like for me to come out? It was scary for one, not gonna lie, because not knowing how you identify with is scary because when you just don't know how your parents are going to react. My family thankfully reacted in a really positive way for me to be able to be open about who I am and stuff like that. Like it was, an eye opener for me. And then, you know, yeah, like it was wild that I was able to, you know, come out as, you know, friend. It was like when I was like 19 years old, I came out as trans for the very first time, and I could never be more thankful that my parents were, or my mom was the most supportive one there ever could be. Because without her, and without my family, I wouldn't be able to go on like HOT and stuff. Like, it was something that was amazing and stuff like that. Like, it felt good to be able to be like, hey, this is who I am, and hopefully you are going to keep on supporting me being, well, me, and stuff like that. Like, it was something that really put, you know, a smile on my face when I was like, okay, we're gonna try to get you into, you know, HOT and stuff like that. Like, it was like an amazing thing since like I never really, like had, something like that before. Like never, not before September 8th of days of 2023. Like, it was amazing. Like, it was a day that, you know, like, taking my footsteps as, you know, transitioning from male to female and stuff. It was something that I could never really forget starting and stuff. Like, it was scary coming out going, this is who I am and stuff. Like, this is like my whole life has been, yeah. Like, I remember when I was little. So let's try to redo this pretty much. So when I was little, I remember that I, you know, went into the bathroom, got my mom's nail polish, and decided to paint my nails with it. My actual father was not happy about it, but my mom didn't really care for it and stuff. Didn't really care at all because it was like, if this is who she truly is, then who cares? And later down, even more down the road, like I absolutely loved, you know, my, you know, sis, my like sisters doing like my makeup and stuff like that. Like, it felt amazing and stuff like that. It felt nice and stuff like it felt really really good and stuff like that. And it's like, you know, like being figuring out who you truly are is such a scary thing. So like when my sisters were like forced to do my nails, doing my makeup on me and stuff like it always like put a smile on my face, and then like I look in the mirror and be like, ooh, and stuff like that. Like, for whatever reason, it would always like put a smile on my face, being like, this is who I am. Like, I love to, at the time I was quote unquote a boy that liked to wear like dresses and stuff, dresses, skirts, makeup, and nail polish and stuff like that. But that was way before I even knew what trans people even was. Like, I didn't even know what trans people even was until way too. I think like in elementary school, that's when like I first figured out about them. Like, it's crazy that like I didn't know about them until like then. Like, it is crazy that like I didn't know about them until then. Like, it is crazy that it took me such a long time for me to figure out like who I was, stuff like that. Like, at first I thought that was, you know, gender fluid and stuff like I didn't really know how to really like identify stuff like it was wild and stuff like over time doing elementary and then doing middle school, still figuring out myself, my gender identity. Like, I would have been like doing middle school definitely. Like, I was scared to show like my true type of like more feminine self and stuff like that. And then it then during from middle school then to high school one day, I decided, you know what, enough is enough. I'm gonna finally wear a dress to school. Like, I wore like nail polish and stuff to school before, but like never like any like actual woman's clothing and stuff. Like never a skirt, never like a feminine set, never. So I decided to give it a go, to give it a whirl. And then as time went on, when I did wear that dress for the very first time, it felt exhilarating. Like, I was scared, my stomach was turning, I was a nervous wreck. Okay? Like, I was nervous. Didn't blame me when I was still figuring out, like, my whole, like, gen identity and stuff like that. And that was back in, like, 2018, 2017 when I was figuring out my whole, deal with my gen identity and stuff like that. And also 2019, then 2020. Like, I didn't even know, like, didn't know, like, okay, this is who I am, and I know it's perfectly fine. Like, I didn't know that at the time that it was okay for me to feel like I think I did know, but like in a way, like I just did not have to put it into like actual like words at the time. Like this is how I identify. Like I always like put in words like this. Like I am quote unquote boy at the time years ago who likes to wear feminine clothes and stuff like I always thought that's what I was at the time. Because at the time I didn't never heard about, trans people. Like I knew about them, of course. Like I didn't think that I would identify. Like at the time, it was, you know, not weird, but I was like, huh, I'm gender fluid, okay. And at the time, I didn't really, think of anything of it. And I just like lived my life being this gender fluid type of person where I just lived my life at that. But then as more time went on, the more and more it became harder to live as a quote unquote male or boy or man or whatever. Because it's time when in the back of a, you know, when my family go on road trips and they will put on music, at the back I will always be like depressed and stuff like in the back of it. Like I would be like, oh, I wish like I could be, I don't know why I was mining it with a pickaxe, but it was like I could be like this way or this way, this way. Like it was like I could be a woman and stuff like that. Like I knew that I had this feeling that wasn't really, you know, this or this gender of me to think like, oh, I love to wear nail polish dresses, but also I feel more towards the feminine side and more towards the, you know, more towards like the feminine side and identifying as that and stuff like I would like wanted to have breasts and stuff like that and to like look and appear like women stuff like that. Because when I would look at my sisters, like, oh, I wish I had what they had, and people would be able to see me as you know that instead of like, oh, you're this and that only. You were born this way, and there's nothing else that you can change. And nobody said to me, my family never did, but like, it gets something when I was little. Like, I get something when I lived with me, my siblings, and my stepdad. I'm guessing that it really, really, got to me that because of the way that my stepdad was, but that I wasn't allowed to be this feminine type of person. I wasn't allowed to be a quote unquote girl or woman, so I had to tend to be a man. Because I remember doing high school, no fucking way. No fucking way. No fucking saw. Okay, that's rare. Thought I got no name tag, sadly. But yeah, like, holy, a pink suit. But yeah, Like I remember doing high school specifically, like I was like, I want to be seen as, I wanted to get a dress, but of course I wasn't going to be brave enough to, you know, do that and stuff like that. Like it was a scary sight for me to do when I was freshman. Like I never really thought about like, oh, I'm gonna be this, brave type of, person that's gonna be, oh, perfectly fine, you know, wearing a dress and stuff like that. Like, oh my god, I got a little real fast. And yeah, like, it was something that was like a moment where I was able to wear a dress to homecoming. I think it was either homecoming or prom. I think it was homecoming or something like that. And I remember, you know, wearing a suit and not being comfortable in it and being like, why do I need to wear a suit and stuff like that. And then I also remember I was able to wear a dress to a wedding, but of course, my mom's friend or cousin or whatever, the family wasn't really going to be safe option for me to do that with and stuff like that. So I don't blame my mom for not allowing me to. And, you know, yeah, like I remember another moment when, when I I wore like like we had the graduation suits like wardrobes or whatever. I wore a dress underneath that. I never really shown it to everyone, but like I did use my name Evie in that, I think, and that was something. Like it felt good to be called Evie and stuff like that because like yeah. And also when I first came out as trans and stuff like that to my mom, and then to my teachers, it was something that I would never forget because my teachers and then my friends took it really, really nice. Like it was nice of them to be like, "Oh, so this is who you are. This is who you are meant to be." I'm like, yeah, like I loved being able to be seen as a woman and stuff like that. And I started telling them I use zero pronouns and stuff like that. It felt amazing because, like, I don't know, but like something about it just felt, you know, white and stuff like that. Like, it just felt amazing being able to come out to my teachers and then to my friends and stuff like that. Like, it just felt right. Just talking about how I feel, how I want to, identify as and stuff like that. It just felt wonderful. Like, I don't know. Like being able to be like, this is who I am and stuff like that was amazing. But there was but that doesn't mean there wasn't no stressfulness or everything didn't go well. Like I of course I had bad days and my dysphoria wasn't, oh look at me, I'm such, everything going no. Like my dysphoria was still bad and stuff like that. Because like I wasn't happy being, you know, a cis person and stuff like that. Like I never really felt like me and stuff like using he him pronouns and stuff like that. Like I never really liked the whole idea of using said pronouns and stuff like that. Like the whole idea with that was just this weird mix between, do I really need, you know, this, or do I not really need it and stuff like it was something that, like, of course I didn't think about for a long time in my life before coming out to my mom one day. Here's how it happened, pretty much. So one day I decided, you know what, I'm done with being, seen as a, you know, you know, man stuff like that. Like I hate when people view me as that and only that, right? So I decided to, you know, finally be like, you know what? I'm not liking the way that, I identify. So I decided to ask my mom if we can talk. And it was the most beautiful thing. Like, me and her had a talk, and after that, I couldn't be more happier with her. Accepting me for who I am. And then me waiting like a year or two to start hormone replacement therapy, or HRT, again on September 8th, 2023. And that day is significant. It's because, for one, I've been keeping track, and each time when it hits the 8th of each month, it's another month of me that I stayed on that I've been taking HRT and stuff. So tomorrow, the day that this is being uploaded, will be my 1 year, since it was my 1 year on December 8th, no, on September 8th, 2024, was my 1 year anniversary being on estrogen, being on estradiol and spironolactone. Like, I couldn't be happier and stuff like that. Like, it was such a momentum moment on Friday, December 8th, 2023. And I was like, holy. Of course, you gotta talk to your therapist about it, be like, is this what you really, really want to do? But some stuff is reversible, but some stuff is not. Like having breasts and stuff like that isn't. Like your breast trauma is not reversible and stuff like that. And the more that, I said about, like, dang, I'm about to, look like, some, looks like a beautiful young woman and stuff like that. I'm just basic enough. And, yeah, like, but at the same time, when I first started my HRT, it was difficult because of the fact that it was something that I didn't really account for when I'm on HRT. I knew that it would make me more emotional, but like, I didn't think it would make me emotional enough to the point where it makes me want to break stuff or stuff like that. Because at the time I didn't know how to really control my new emotions. Because you gotta remember that it's not for everyone who is married to a female, but for trans, but like for me, I couldn't cry when like someone will like pass away and stuff like that. Like it sucked. Or when people graduate from my school, like it was hard. Like I felt numb and stuff like that. Like it just felt completely, weird and foreign and stuff because of the fact that, when you start HRT or eat or estrogen, you feel male to female and stuff like that. Like your whole like new emotions is unlocked where you start to feel more happier, seen, and be like, oh, this is who I am and stuff like that. Like this is what makes me, you know, happy. Like, I never really thought that, you know, that being coming out as trans could be such liberating, such a wonderful thing and stuff like that. Like, yeah. I don't know what the main goal for this episode is. I'm guessing I should be doing stuff. So I think after we kill like all these sheep, then I'm gonna cook the remainder of this with this. And yeah, like I remember when I like fishing. Yeah, like ever since I came out to my mom, like it's just been goodness after goodness. But then again, gotta also remember that like I still have like those days where I'm scared, but like oh, this might happen, or this and this because I'm still not really used to my emotions. To this day, like, I'm not really used to it because of the fact that yeah. Another thing that's cool is that when I like ever since I came out as trans and stuff like I've been open about it and stuff like I don't really care if people know that I'm trans or not. Like, I'm just I just want to be seen as a woman and that's about it. And yeah, like it's wild that like now everything that came out like those years ago, like I can look back at like where I used to look and be like this was me, like this was 100% me back in the day. Like it could like feel amazing stuff like that. Like it feels amazing that I came out as trans and stuff like that because like of the fact that I don't know, like being out as trans is never something like a lot of people could think about ever being able to pull off in their whole life and stuff like that. Like, I'm not even lying here when I say this, but like for a lot of people, they're like scared as hell, worried, like anxious. Their anxiety's turning every which way, going, going, you know, am I gonna be supported being trans? Am I gonna be, you know, supported and seen as the gender that I want to be associated and stuff like that? And that is a very, very scary thought to think about when you're coming out to your parents or your friends, or even to your coworkers as well. Because of the fact that, you know, like it's changing your name, your pronouns, if that's what you're going for, and stuff like that. It's not really an easy thing to really do. And anyone trying to tell you that you're not valid and stuff like that, they're wrong. And stuff like that. Like it doesn't matter if you act masculine, if you're a woman, if you act feminine, if you're a trans man. It doesn't matter how you act, how you dress, or how you behave, and stuff like that. Because you don't, because no one deserves your masculinity or your femininity and stuff like that. Like everyone deserves to be their own self without fear of being afraid and stuff like that. Like no one deserves to feel left out and stuff like that. Like yeah. And fun fact is that when I came out to my mom, I took a little break. Not like I don't know like how long a break. I don't think I took a break from YouTube at all, but I don't know if I did or not. But like yeah, but like when I came out to my mom, this channel was still called, Trans Evie at the end of the day. The channel was still called Trans Evie. I mean Death Story. It's called Death Story for the longest time. And you know it felt amazing and cool being, you know, seen as a woman by all my new like viewers and stuff like that, because it's not easy again coming out and stuff like not I mean, coming out to your like viewers is not really an easy thing, and I guess I made it look easy, but in reality, it really wasn't. Like I was kind of scared for the longest time, because I remember me like thinking about like, should I change, you know, my pronouns? Like, should I, you know, do it and stuff? Like I remember me like thinking, am I going? Should I or should I not do it and stuff like that? Because of the fact that like it was something that like kind of scared me and stuff like that. Being like a trans woman, or at the time a Christian in person, I should say, during that time, being like, or being a trans woman not out to the viewer that back in I think it was 2020, 2021, and be like, hey, this is how I identify as, and stuff like that. Like I wish that for that, you know, that, you know, like I just, you know, and stuff like that. Like I just, wanted to be more stuff like that. Like I, I was questioning a whole lot, and then then there was always scared of like most of the time I was thinking because I was still like friend with, I'm it's because I'm mixed between me and fresh artists to this day, but I've been talking to him more. But yeah. But at the same time, like it was, you know, hard knowing if you all would support me on this or not support me on being, you know, this person that loved to be, you know, feminine sometimes or masculine stuff like that. Like I definitely had moments where I didn't know that it was okay to be a masculine type of woman for the longest time, because in my head I was going, women act feminine, they don't act, masculine. But like that's all wrong. Like if you're like masculine, feminine, or androgynous, like you're virtually valid identity. Like even for me at times too, to this day, like and sometimes like I gotta like step back and be like, you know what? This is fine, being who I am and stuff. Like, because at the end of the day, like it is me or it is all of us and stuff. Like, you don't have to give your femininity or your androgynous or your masculine to anyone. Like the only person that deserves that is you and stuff like that. Because like yeah, like pretty much like it was a moment where oh my Jesus, the baby dumb is so chasing me. Like I remember, you know, telling my friends for the very first time that I'm trans, like the reaction was not the best. Like my best friend I knew for the longest time was like, no. But then after like a long while, oh my, But yeah, like it took him a long while to accept the fact that, you know, I am a trans woman and stuff like that. But for the longest time, it was hard for not only me but for my friends as well, because like they didn't really understand it, I don't think. Really like understood why I was the way that I was. And of course, like, you know, he wouldn't tell his friends and then be like, hey, can you use this bonus? And then his friends wouldn't. But it's like at the time I was scared to speak up. But, you know, I'm working on that. I'm slowly working on being able to, you know, be my true self and to speak up more and stuff like that. Like, it's something that, you know, I'm still working on to this day, being able to be my full, to like speak up and stuff like that. I guess we all need to learn to speak up every now and again. And the one thing that, you know, I can say is that adjective help is not always a bad thing, but for me it's just scared of like getting being judged and stuff. Like guessing that's the point that scares me the most. Like it's the fact that I might be judged for it, or you know, stuff like that. Like I don't like to be, you know, treated differently because I'm trans and stuff like and that's why, you know, that's really okay. That's me for the video, but yeah, like pretty much like I pretty much like been figuring out my whole identity to this day. I'm still figuring out more and more stuff. Like and also after like a year or like a couple months of being on HRT, it was like a year and a couple months in, or like a couple months, almost a year into HRT. I started to really like to. I was like, okay, this is who I am, and knowing no one can say otherwise. So yeah, like yeah. So I decided to, you know, like be like, hey, this is who, you know, like I am and stuff. Like it was, you know, amazing and stuff like that. Being able to tell my mom, give new information that hey, this is how I identify and I use this in its pronouns. Like I like, well, of course, like I feel like comfortable using, you know, this and this and this and all like stuff. I'm guessing, and then you know, yeah, like I absolutely love my mom to bits since like she is my everything when it comes to like supporting me, seeing me as who I am, and stuff like that. Like, I remember the moment when she was like, "Hey," when she's like, "Okay, this is how it's gonna be. I'm gonna teach you how to do some stuff and stuff like that." Like, I just love the idea of being able to, you know, wearing a dress sometimes. Like, I think I might wear my yellow dress this week, but I don't know. Because that is such a scary thing to really think about. And stuff like that. Like, that's really like a scary thing to really think about. like actually like wearing a dress and stuff. Like that's scary, but like I don't know. But yeah, like being trans is not something that like people just easily go, oh, today I feel like being this way and this way today. Like no, like it's not all about that. Like it is a scary thing to think about since like you just don't know how people are going to, react to you. Of course, like it's something that like is scary, like reasonably scary to really think about because it's not something that like a lot of people like understand or is willing to really understand. And yeah, like it's not something that like not a lot of people is willing to just understand off with like that. So yeah, again, this might be a long one, but yeah, like you also got to remember to take it at your own pace. Like learn, like try to be like patient with yourself. That's one thing that I wish that I would have known earlier. But like it is fine to take it at your own pace and not to rush stuff because rushing stuff does not make things easier. I'm telling you that now. It's not an easy thing to be like, this is who I am, and yada yada yada, and stuff like that. It's not really an easy thing to do and stuff like that. Like, everyone is at their own pace being who they are or who they like, right? And, that's perfectly fine. Like, that is perfectly fine and valid since anyone's valid and stuff like that. Like, yeah. Like that's the one thing that, I absolutely love about, being trans that I learned so much from me being, you know, different. Like I love the fact that I can sometimes wear dresses, skirts, and stuff. If I really wanted to, like I could learn how to do makeup, stuff like that, but like I don't know, like makeup is not really my thing anymore. It never really it was the longest time, but then I just stopped really thinking about really needing to wear and stuff. Like, because I'm more of a masculine type of woman, and that also came up really helped me to come to terms with the fact that I am you know, a trans woman that is a tomboy and stuff like that. Like, you have no idea of like how many like dysphoria moments I had, or like gender dysphoria moments I had during, the time of me being on HRT and just self-doubting myself all the time. Like, it just sucked. Like, big time and stuff like that. Like, it's uneasy coming to terms with your own self and then being like, hey, like, it's perfectly fine to be this and this way. Like, you don't need to force this upon yourself just to be, a happy, type of person. Like you have to be, patient with yourself and stuff like that. That's pretty much like what I'm saying is that you have to be, patient and stuff like that because like life is about taking risks at times and learning more and more and more about yourself, but like who you truly are inside. Not allowing anyone to doubt you and stuff like that. Like it doesn't matter if you are trans, gender fluid, or even, you know, Oh my god. You know, like, it doesn't really matter that you are, you know, anything. Like, if people go homophobic try to tell you other words, that, oh, being different is bad, then they don't know what it's like to be you. Like, they don't understand what it's like to be you and stuff. Like they don't know anything about, you know, what it's like to be a trans woman or a trans man or an agender person. Like, they only love to hate and stuff like that. Like, I know that when I came out as, you know, like, trans and stuff like that, when my channel was first called Trans Evie, I got a lot of hate for the first couple of, you know, like, months and stuff, like, because, like, a lot of people, are not gonna lie, are gonna be haters. Like, they're gonna be haters to people who are, you know, different in a way. It's not to the norm of, oh, this and this and this and stuff like that. Like, people are just gonna, you know, hate to hate. And, you know, ooh, a diamond. And stuff like that. Like, when you first come out as like a gender or whatever that you identify as, you also gotta remember that you're valid no matter what. That you shouldn't listen to the haters or to the transphobes or to the homophobes and stuff like that. You should listen to your heart, your gut, because your gut, it will tell you who you truly are inside and be like, this is who you are, and if this is what makes you happy, then so be it. Like, if being a trans man makes you happy, then so be it. Like, that's why on this channel, like, we don't judge people for being different and stuff like that, because no one deserves to be judged for being different or, you know, having certain things, you know, wrong with them in any certain way and stuff like that. Like, this is why, like, I try my hardest to be, you know, outspoken on this channel as possible and come to be like, if you are happy being this way, then I'm not gonna judge you. Like, why would I judge anyone at all when I get judged for being born with autism and with a lisp and stuff like that. Like, it does not make sense at all that, you know, that I would start hating on people for just being different and stuff. Like, that legit does not make sense at all. Like, I wish I was able to, but no. But, like, yeah, like, of course, you know, like, I would, you know, okay, ooh, and stuff like that. Like, yeah, like, I would get picked on, like, not, like, on Xbox and stuff being, you know, trans and stuff. Like, it was something that, like, was just really, really hard for me to really, you know, like, pick out and stuff like that. Because, like, being, you know, trans, a lot of people use it as a way to be like, oh, so you're this way because of your mom, or, you know, your father, or it's because you're fatherless and stuff like that. But it's not really true. Like, people can start like mothers, fathers, and stuff like both have two dads, or and stuff like that. And be like, oh, that's the reason why you are the way that you are. It's because of the fact that you are, you know, have two dads and stuff like that, which is like not really true at all when you really think about it, because like bro, like people just want to hate and stuff like that, and be like, oh, you're this way because of the fact that your mom or someone forced you to be this way, which isn't exactly true. Because the more that people keep on stigmatizing, okay, like what? The place was lit up, bruh. Okay, so hopefully, and then 1,000 enemy, bruh. Okay, that is at least possible. Okay, so boom boom, and then boom. Then let's see here. Let's try to get some wood real quick. And yeah, like getting back there would be easy. So yeah, can't believe we died to a creeper. I know that I lost a good amount of stuff. Like I didn't think I would die. Like in episode 2. Like a bruh. Like it's so weird that like yeah. Good thing when I get my stuff, I'm gonna try to like, because I do need dev enough to make a crafting table, and then bread, and then of course this, and then that. So I think that my first goal is to try to see if I can make it back there. But I think should be quite okay. So first in this episode, we got a freaking pink sheep. Then like then we die in this world, and then also when like that happens. Okay, this world is a lucky as hell. Or something's going on, because like that usually does not just happen off rip, you know? Like it straight up does not happen off rip. Like it is so weird that like that happened. But yeah. Like pretty much like being, in this like way, like bruh. The boy was like, huh. Like it's kinda weird that like, yeah, as I was saying, was like no one deserve, like, I don't know. I lost track when I died, but like it pretty much, you know, the other video was talking about what it was like for me to come out as, trans and stuff like that for the very first time, And the one thing I learned is that you are valid no matter what. Because when I found a community that supporting me. That's who I am. It's when I realized that everything is just gonna be 100% not okay, but fine and stuff like that. Like it's gonna be something that's gonna be worth, you know, the wait when you start 8:30 or cutting your hair to look more masculine or more androgynous, whatever. Because at the end of the day, no one deserves unless they're like your friends and stuff like that. Still, like at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is that people should respect you for who you are, and don't need to be like, oh, how come like you're not dressing femininely and stuff like that? How come like you're not dressing in this way and stuff like that? Like, how come you're not dressing in this or this or this way? And that's simply because no one did, you know, who wants to treat you badly at least, deserves like, oh, but you have to be, this way because you're born in this way. Like people who think that way, that's narrow-minded, closed-minded people. Like you don't need to listen to, you don't need to really pay attention to at all. Like if you pay attention to them, you're only giving them what they want and stuff like that. Like, yeah, like over time when I first came out, I didn't know like how to be confident in myself, and I really bad at it. Now I don't really have that. Like kind of changed in a way for the overall better for myself, since like I knew for a fact that you know that if I don't be more confident and a lot of people would knock me down, that life was gonna be living hell for me being a woman and stuff like so. One day I decided, you know what? It is my life at the end of the day, and if you allow people to treat you with disrespect, they pretty much win over you. Like you only go, oh, so I can just treat you like shit, and then just like like keep on doing it and doing it and doing it. Like that's straight up what you know people. Oh yeah, I was definitely here and stuff like that. Since those are not normal loot tables in those, so I was definitely here. And yeah, like I just feel like like when you first come out as anything, it is going to be hard. Definitely being able to be, this is who I am, and then learning to be able to tell yourself that you're valid and stuff like that. Like it's definitely for me, still this day, hard for me to acknowledge the fact that I am a valid woman, no matter how I act or how I sound or how I dress. Like I don't really dress that wearing like women's clothes that much, but like I'm trying to get more into wearing more feminine clothes this year. I'm gonna try doing it. So then people can actually see me being more, feminine, more, you know, me and stuff like that. Because for one, when it comes to it, it's not that easy to be, oh, this is who I am. Not about like you still like I'm still learning more about myself. Like coming out just telling yourself and your friends, this is who I am, and hopefully you all will treat me with respect and kindness and stuff like that. But like it won't always be like that and stuff like that. Like a lot of times people will just treat you differently or just not be your friends just because you use different set of ways to express and to identify yourself. And it's dumb. Like it is dumb that a lot of times people will treat you in that way. Like straight up. To me to this day it's like why do people need to treat people with such disrespect instead of learning more about it and stuff like that. Because like of the fact that, you know, it doesn't make much sense that a group of people, or that's loads of people, to be like, the way that you live your life affects mine, because now I gotta use different words for you instead of using he, him, and name. I understand for a lot of people to be hard, but at the same time, it's gonna be that hard to see that your friend or family member has been struggling with their identity for such a long time and never really felt happy. It never really smiled in a long time. Like when when your parents first see your smiles for the very first time, it's more like, oh, so this is how happy you are when we use these names and pronouns and stuff like that. And yeah, like it makes us who are LGBTQIA plus feel happy because of the fact that being called the wrong name just feels weird and stuff like that. It just feels, you know, weird and stuff like that. Like it just feels like really, really weird and stuff like that. Like it doesn't really feel right at all, pretty much. Like it does not feel right be using those, names and, you know, pronouns and stuff like that. Like it does not feel, you know, oh my god. Okay, I'll probably will die if like, I'm guessing that I gotta, what? I can always just grab myself a pickaxe here. Grab myself my a pickaxe here and then, do this. Oh my god. I just saw big brain here. And then go down here. And then eat this. It's like, oh my god. Why? It's literal light. Okay, and then thinking about this. Okay. Okay, I got scared thinking I was gonna fall based on, that alone. And stuff like that. Like, okay. So hopefully... Did I really just forget to grab my crafting table? And then I should be able to go like that. Craft this and then, you know, bada boom. And then pretty much... Oh my god. I knew there's something there. Oh. Okay. Those stuff trying to get rid of. Okay, so we got most of our stuff back, which is nice. So most stuff that we're gonna get rid of is not that. And then we can always melt this using that, and then melt that, melt that with that, and then, you know, yeah, and then, of course, all this stuff, like melted and stuff like that. So, of course, and then boom, boom, boom. Okay. And then, yeah, like pretty much, yeah, we made it back down safely. And now we could just, you know, get this. And, yeah, I know this episode was a longer one, but, yeah, like, I feel like I wanted to say what stuff I wanted to say and stuff like that because of the fact that, you know, that it was something that, like, I really want to talk more about stuff in videos. Like, to be honest, like, I want to talk about, with like being bullied. I think I already talked about that in Evie video, but I want to be more in depth about it and stuff like that. And that's really feel like this is, what happens and stuff like that. Because like I do feel like people shouldn't harass others for being different because it's just wrong. Like is in so many ways wrong to just be like I'm gonna harass others for being different. Like to me anyways, it does not make any sense to why anyone deserves to be, you know, harassed in any way, shape, or form based on their sexuality or their gender identity and stuff. Like it's like it does not make any sense. Like when you'd be like, oh, today I feel like hating. And people that do that, don't listen to them. Like truly, just don't mind them any attention. Because that's exactly what they want. For you to get all upset and then wired up. But they're like, oh, you didn't use the correct pronoun. That's exactly what their plan is. Is to get you all wired up and upset so that they can say, but it's because you decided to use this and this and this pronoun. It's like, no. It's straight up because of the fact that, you know, you just use different set of names and pronouns, and then people who don't understand that, it's like, oh, so is that why, you use, you know, different name and pronouns? It's like, yes, because it what makes me more happy and stuff like that. Like, it truly, really does. Because at the end of the day, it shouldn't be about, oh, it's all about me identifying to make all of you all upset. No. People who think that you're doing it for attention or, faking it and or doing it for attention or, trying to act special, it's not true. Like, if you were born trans or born gay or born pansexual or born this and this and this and this way, it's not your fault that you are the way that you are. Like, you were born that way. And we can help the fact that we have to, you know, be on HRT or use different names or pronouns. Like, to feel more comfortable being who we truly are deep, deep inside. Like, not something that we go, oh, today I feel like, you know, using, different set of pronouns. Like, it's not anything like that at all. Like, it's something that, like, it's really, like, You think about it for a long time, then go, you know what? This is who I am, and if people are gonna cry about it, then so be it. Like a lot of people take a lot of time and effort to really figure out who they are. And if people just want to, hate, then they can just hate to hate because, like, it's not into a business going, oh, what type of body parts do you have? It's like a scene that I absolutely hate that people will, like, add those type of questions towards anyone part of the LGBTQIA plus community because it's like, bruh, that's not even a question that should even be asked and stuff like that. That's like a question that you don't ask anyone in any community at all, period. Like, it's confusing, it is dumb, it is stupid, and it makes people just feel unsafe and just feel weird and just awkward and stuff like that. I can, like, no trans person or anyone part of the LGBTQI plus, or even people who are cis or intersex wants their answer and that question going, oh, so are you this or that or that? Like, I don't get why people are cis and new or closed-minded. I think that is just a good question to ask. When it's not. It's like, you're literally asking a question going, oh, but do you have this or that? Like, it doesn't really matter. If you ask that question, it's gonna, it legit does not make sense. Like, at all. Like, period. To ask that question towards anyone of any gender, of any sexuality, if they have this or this, stuff. Right? Because it's just dumb and stuff like that. Like, it is dumb and stuff like that. Like, it is just dumb. And, like, I just don't get why people need to, like, have this, like, whole, like, have this money going, oh, do you have... It's like, each time when you hear, like, what's been asked, I'm like, bruh, like, what's even the point of, like, even asking a question if you're just gonna be, like, weird about it, going, oh. And then, for what reason, they keep pushing you to be like, do that, then either call security or call for it, be like, hey, this person is harassing me and not leaving me alone. Like, this person is just keeping asking the same old question over and over again about my private part. Because that actually can be considered harassment and stuff like that by a lot of people who think, oh, it's a good idea to ask this question because I just feel like asking it. It's like, don't be even be like, yeah, this is definitely a good idea, a good question to ask. When it's seriously not, like, not, a good question to ask at all. Like when it's not, it's that bit of a question that really just gets on my nerves. That when it's like, bruh. Like, why do, like, people need to know, like, what private parts someone has? Or if they got it in their surgery or not. Like, oh. Then they think, like, oh, you think, like, if you were born male, did you have it cut off? Like, that's not how it works. That's not how it works at all. Like, if you had to do more words on it, then you would actually understand. But since you didn't do any of your research on it, or the person didn't do the research on it, it's more like they're just wasting their time. It's like, you really just out here trying to make others feel uncomfortable and safe around. And for what? Like, do you have, like, a reason why you have this vendetta going, oh, because, like, I love to, be this way, and, I think it's a good idea to ask people these weird questions. Like, I seriously, like, sometimes when I meet people like that, I'm like, well, what drives you to the point where you need to know what private parts I have? Like, why, because, like, I say most of the time, it's like, gross boys, pretty much, I think it's a good idea. Like, young boys and something 16, 14, 13, or like even like, no, that like they don't know better, but still, it's like, maybe if like your parents already taught you better, like maybe, like, like if people taught you, hey, it's not a really good idea to, ask questions like that. Which, like, I'm saying straight up, like, people will be able to feel more comfortable around more and more people. Not just people just, like, of, like, I don't know. But yeah, like, I just feel like it's kind of dumb that people feel the need to be like, you know what? Today, you know, I felt the need to, harass others because, for one, because I love to do that. And for anyone that thinks that's a good idea to do that, for one, to really check yourself before you actually do it. Because actually, doing something like that is just really, really, really dumb. And just very, 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 very stupid. Like, really. I'm not even trying to be mean or anything, but like, it's just the truth when it comes down to it. Because, like, why would you do that? Like, why would you want to deliberately, go over there and be like, oh, today I feel like this and this and this because, I say so. Isn't that like this weird thing where people just have this vendetta against anyone that's different? But yeah, I feel like we did good this episode, I feel like. So, yeah, we did some mining. We got some diamonds. We finally got our food stuff situated and stuff like that. Like, look at us. Like, we got plenty of food. Like, we got a wheat farm going. We got a potato farm going. So I think in next episode, we are definitely going. Then we died, and then we found a pink sheep, and then we spawned in one chicken egg, 4 chickens in one episode, which is crazy. So, yeah, I told you that. Here's the funny thing. I told you that this series was going to be crazy. I'm not even doing nothing. Like, okay, you probably think this is all fucking scripted, but here's the thing. Oh, like I have mods installed, but like I only have like mods that were performance or texture packs, and I think that's about it. Like I'm looking here, and okay, I'm going here, going to 1.21.4. I have a texture grass. I have collective, which is for another mod. I think it's for ore. It's for ore harvesters. And I got entity colon, lithium, sodium, word playtime. And then that's where, go, oh, this was it, and stuff like that. And, yeah. Like, yeah, and that's pretty much like all the mods I have installed is those, and that's about it. Like, I don't have nothing else. In data packs, none. Like, I can, like, go here, then go here. I don't think you won't see it, but like I'm looking here. Jetpacks, nothing. No jetpacks, no nothing. Like I'm not even doing anything. So if any of you all think that I'm faking it with jetpacks or with mods, I am not. Like this was just a lucky day, I'm guessing. We died once, and that's fine. Yeah, like again, join Discord. The link will be linked down below as always, or on top of the channel page as always. And yeah, like I had lots of fun doing stuff, getting stuff ready for maybe enchanting later on. I think episode 3 is gonna be exciting. Like it's definitely gonna be an exciting episode to say the least. Like I am hyped to do some more stuff. in this series, definitely gonna be different from the rest since we're not gonna just build a house. Like I think like I want these series to be different from the rest of the Forever series. Oh, dang it! Because every single one is like, oh, we gotta build a house, or we gotta beat Ender Dragon really fast, or we gotta get diamonds. I know we got diamond tools, but like you saw there, like I wasn't trying to go like mining. It's like we're taking actually time here. Like, we only got 18 diamonds. But like, yeah. But like other than that, like I think that for now, I'm definitely going to be episodes where I talk about stuff. So I think that the next episode is going to be talked about is life advice in that one. Or coming to terms being it okay, I already did that in this episode, so my bad. So I did two things, so I think I think I already did all three in this one, so oof. But yeah. Hopefully you enjoyed this 1 hour and 21 minutes episode of episode 2. Trust me, it'd be worth it to watch all of it. But if you don't, that's fine. But anything else? That's what happened again. Okay, this world is cursed. But yeah, this was the girl Evie with Evie's Forever World, episode 2. And again, this will be on the day of my 1 year and 4 months anniversary. And the announcement of the new Minecraft drop. And yeah, I'll catch you all in the next one. So yeah, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and also join the Discord server. That's gonna be linked down below, as always. Catch you all in a new one. See ya.